This video is going to go over a merit exemplar of a submission to the Achievement Standard 91337. We will look at the students' work and see how they only met merit level, though achieved creating some really divergent design ideas through different extension methods, but their visual communication techniques were lacking. There are 3 arrows that I'm going to use to identify functional qualities, aesthetic qualities, and visual communication techniques. Here you can see that the drawing with the figure helps to give an idea of the scale of this design idea, which clearly starts to show the functional features of the size and proportions of the design, as well as how this edge actually expresses how it would be used. The student reached excellence in terms of their divergent design ideas because they took some amazing inspiration and played around with stretching them out in multiple different ways. Their idea goes from, here you can see that it goes from this 2D form to this form, and then they pull it out and draw it in 3D, and they're looking at these cutouts and how these kind of collide together. This page has multiple sketches and ideas on it, though these 2 sketches stand out the most as they are rendered, which is a key visual communication technique to be successful in presenting your ideas. These ideas down here could have improved by being created up and also having rendering, so we could understand their form a little bit more, though the ideas that are being explored are really deep. Another visual communication technique that can help generate ideas fast and communicate texture is the use of collage, which has created all these different ideas inspired by nests. Another one again is coloured paper and sketching over top of it with a contrasting colour to create some interest and texture within your design ideas. Both functional and aesthetic details are being explored on this page, as we can see that some measurements are being thrown around within these sketches, and you can see that the scale between the ideas are related, they are the same, so the ideas grow and become longer and they're exploring that length. An added feature would be drawing people over top to kind of start to see how many people, because that is the functional change within the design, is that it would be able to seat more people. The aesthetic details of these feet or the connection to the ground is explored through these views. These 2 sketches start to express how the designer expects the seat to be used, but when we start to look at how they're considering the way the design would be made, so that those functional details, they're not expressed very successfully or clearly, and this is where they fall down in terms of their final mark. So another quick look back at the Achievement Standard marking schedule. We can see they did miss out on the visual communication techniques that effectively generate their ideas with depth of understanding for excellence. They do say that it is still a high merit, but the part which they do lack in is this lack of the submission runs out of steam and lacks the clear articulation of a more detailed design idea to satisfy effective use of visual communication techniques. Okay, so the aesthetic part or elements of the design is pretty successful, though the functional areas are lacking in detail and depth of understanding. All the best.